just to take your minds off of this complete imbecile starting a war, right? And not knowing what to do. I have these clips that these clips refer to a previous failure of his. Remember that Doge, right? So they didn't save a dime. They didn't save a dime, and all that was a racist attempt to dismantle this government. That's right. That's all this is. That's all this is. Anything that has to do with black people, no. Those were buzzwords for these idiots. When they went AI, they said any program for a woman, any program for a black person, any person for someone that ain't filthy rich, right? Destroy the program. Destroy the program. So, of course, once that went down, right, these people have to answer for it. And they have no answers. That's right. That's right. So right away, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, right? She's a god. She's a god. Love that lady, She went and she found $80 billion of fraud. And it was by their friends, by their buddies, the United Healthcare. That's right. And so she calls out Dr. Flem, right, on it. What are you talking about? He had no idea what she was talking about. She goes, well, aren't you into saving money, against waste, fraud, and abuse? So you didn't know that, something that falls under your jurisdiction, that the Trump administration is investigating United Healthcare for $80 billion of fraud, and you didn't know that? And she goes, let me go one better. Why did you decide to give them more money? That's right. You can't make this up. He goes, oh, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Here's the thing. The rubber has hit the road. I told you guys, right? After the election, when everybody was freaking out, I go, don't worry about it. These people are lazy junkies, right? And they don't know what they're doing. This is a Kakistocracy. I don't know why more people don't use that word. These are functionally illiterate idiots. And, the messed up part about it is, this guy Kennedy, he's just a grifter. He's just a grifter. He doesn't give a shit about anybody. And he's into fucking bathing his kids in fucking toxic sewer water. That's right. The head of the HHS, right, bathes his kid in toxic sewer water in a canal. Shit. That's right. So Ocasio-Cortez and some other lady there in Congress cleans his clock. I want y'all to check these videos out. Take your mind off of I don't know if it's a positive thing to take your mind off of the war, but at least have faith in the fact that they cannot execute this whole idiot Project 2025. It's unpopular. They don't want to have anything to do with it, so they just don't do a goddamn thing. This is a complete, the idiots this guy has put in the cabinet are a complete waste of human space. That's right. So check these out, and check out Ocasio-Cortez. She fucking cleans this guy's clock. And remember, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you want hat, shirt, the last video I dropped, I was wearing a Canadian shirt. All of that's available at mockingbagofmorons.com. I'll put it in a link below. All right, guys, peace. Roll it. Here we go. Aha. Roll it. And now, Dr. Flem. Roll it.
Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Secretary Kennedy, for being here today. It's actually not our first time meeting. We met a very, very long time ago when I was 9 years old. in Westchester, Putnam County at a Riverkeeper event. And I remember back then you talking about the importance of science and environmental action at that time. Listening to a lot.
That was before a worm attacked my brain. Continue.
Of your discussion and a lot of the messages that you provide to people. You talk a lot about corporate influence and...
Nope, he does not talk a lot. He gargles when he talks.
corruption in government. And this is an area that's very important to me, and it's an area that I do a lot of work in. I am, as a public servant, completely financially divested of any conflicts of interest with any healthcare companies, any stocks, any lawsuits that I would financially benefit from.
He's not.
Are you?
Am I? Yes.
You're completely divested.
Yes.
You have no financial interest in any lawsuit, crypto, none of that.
No. Oh, crypto? I own some. On Bitcoin.
Okay. And do you have any other securities or assets?
I don't. I mean, I had to go through this with the Office of Government Ethics. And
Nobody cares. She's asking you. You fucking fart flirt.
A few interests that were very minor that I divested.
A few interests that were very minor. She didn't ask you about the ones that you've divested from. It's the ones that you have now. Now, Dr. Flem.
Okay, just checking. I'd always
It's a good question.
I always like to know what the field is before I enter conversations. So thank you for that. In the healthcare space, something that we've both spoken to is that some of the worst actors are in the for-profit medical space. Are in for-profit health insurance, pharma, etc.
Like he is.
And one of the worst companies actually is United Healthcare in this respect. United Healthcare is the largest health insurance company in the country. They are the largest employer of doctors and own thousands of pharmacies, clinics, surgery centers, and home health agencies, as well as hospice providers. Secretary Kennedy, are you aware that President Trump's Department of Justice is reportedly investigating United Healthcare for criminal insurance fraud in some of their for-profit health insurance plans, like the Medicare Advantage?
I'm not aware of that investigation.
You are not aware that the Trump Department of Justice is investigating the largest insurance company in America that...
No, I'm not aware of...
How can you not be aware of that? God damn, Dr. Flem.
Fraud in Medicare Advantage?
No, I'm not aware of that.
That you have jurisdiction over?
It doesn't surprise me.
Bro, you have jurisdiction over this. What do you mean it doesn't surprise you?
Okay. In your submitted testimony, you said HHS takes seriously our role as responsible stewards of taxpayer dollars. Are you aware that for-profit insurance corporations like United Healthcare have been found to be defrauding public dollars of more than $80 billion a year?
Oh, I thought that those had that under control with the waste, fraud, and abuse prevention. This motherfucker looks like a pumpkin.
I'm not aware of that number, but
You're
I'm
not
aware
aware
that
of
there's
that.
fraud across the for-profit sector.
No. She's talking about the biggest fraud ever.
Respectfully, Secretary Kennedy, if we're making decisions around waste, fraud, and abuse, this is the largest source of waste, fraud, and abuse of public dollars in the public insurance
Did you
space.
say $80 million?
$80 billion a year.
80, did you say 80 million or 80 billion?
80 with a B. Billion.
It's a B.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Oh! Continue, honey.
If that's the case, why did you nearly double the rate that taxpayer dollars give for-profit insurance companies like United next year?
Ouch. I am waiting to hear the answer to this.
If you don't know those things.
Double the rate? How did I do that?
So your agency nearly doubled the taxpayer dollars that for-profit insurance corporations like United will be paid next year, meaning these companies, the largest of whom is under investigation, criminal investigation by the Trump administration, will be receiving an additional $25 billion.
Nothing's gonna happen. What criminal investigation? That shit's all posing. Nothing's gonna happen. This was part of the deal. Why do you think they gave him money to elect him?
From your agency.
How is that happening?
What do you mean, how's it happening? What you talking about, Willis?
I would be happy to submit to the congressional record evidence of this. I will enter the CMS press release from April 7th of 2025 into the record, which states that Medicare Advantage corporations will now receive a 5.06% increase in payments next year under your jurisdiction, Mr. Secretary. This is up from 2.2%.
I mean, we're really
without objection from the Biden administration. You are doubling the rate that the Biden.
The gentlelady's time has expired.
The gentlelady's time has expired. You fucking prick. You fucking prick, you. Continue.
Companies.
The gentlelady's time has expired.
What a fucking joke. Listen to that stupid hillbilly. Shilling for these goddamn medical fucking imbeciles. Listen to Eddie Munster here trying to soft land this shit.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Oh!
I have another idea. Now follow me.
Dr. Flem, the struggle is real.
William Young, a Reagan appointee, said that the administration's explanations for terminating the grants were, quote, bereft of reasoning virtually in their entirety, end quote. He added, quote, I've sat on this bench now for 40 years and I've never seen government racial discrimination like this, end quote. Mr. Secretary, I have a yes or no question. Does the department intend to comply with Judge Young's ruling? Yes or no?
I will comply with
Yes or no, sir?
Yes or no? Answer the question, Dr. Flem.
I'll comply with the law.
Thank you. As reported in your opening statement, Mr. Secretary, you said that you're committed to reducing bureaucracy. But as reported in the Washington Post on April 17, 2025, HHS imposed a new layer of bureaucratic review by which every disbursement has to go through political appointments at HHS. Hospitals, universities, and community health organizations have told me and the other members lately that funds are stuck at HHS due to this so-called Defend the Spend initiative. I asked this about...
Defend the spend. You know what that is? They only want to give the money to the white boys. That's right.
You about this in the April 23rd letter over 2 months ago, to which you have not responded, and I'd like some answers. Yes or no? Did HHS conduct a cost-benefit analysis on the Defend the Spend procedures?
Of course they did. Hey, Dr. Flem. Dr. Flem, tread lightly now. This motherfucker ain't feeling it, and neither is this motherfucker. So you better tread lightly, Dr. Flem. Wow, he might hit me over the head with a hammer.
I don't know anything
You
about
don't know,
Washington
okay.
Post article.
This motherfucker doesn't know anything about anything.
In letters, you don't know whether you did a cost-benefit analysis,
I
right?
don't know. I know that...
Hey, lady. I'm just an IV drug user with a brain worm.
I don't know anything about that Washington Post article.
No, do you know anything about the Defend the Spend initiative?
Wait a minute. Go back.
No.
Post article.
In letters, you don't know whether you did a cost-benefit analysis, right?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that Washington Post article.
No, do you know anything about the Defend the Spend initiative?
What the fuck was that?
The Defend the Spend initiative
No.
that your agency has. You don't know about it. Mr. Chairman, I have an article here dated April 17, 2025 about the Defend the Spend initiative. I'd like unanimous consent to enter it into the...
Without objection.
Now, in Mr. Secretary, on June 9th, hundreds of NIH scientists sounded the alarm on how this administration has wasted millions of research dollars, injected politics into science, and damaged the public trust. 68 Nobel laureates signed this letter. On June 10th,
Stinky's trying to get himself a Nobel Peace Prize. It ain't going to work.
we sent you a letter. Of course, we haven't gotten a response.
Of course not. Because this is a Kakistocracy and he's a junkie.
With our concerns that you or your staff might retaliate against them for telling the truth. So here's my question. Will you commit today that neither you or anyone else at HHS will take any retaliatory action against the brave scientists that work at NIH? That'd be an easy answer because it's illegal.
I can commit that we are absolutely depoliticizing science.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Look.
You commit that you will not take any
My
retaliation.
administration,
Excuse me.
Ms. Chairman,
Excuse me.
Ms. Chairman.
What are you, an effing moron?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
You just ate the most acid I've ever seen anybody eat in my life.